Okay, so continuing from where we left on the other day, is that I'll just go back to what we spoke about. There are 16 chittas and actually 8 pairs. So we have 3 in the root and 1 in the disturbance, 2 in development, 1 in collectedness, and 1 in release. So this is the totality of the chittas. What can be represented? When I say represented, means what could be understood by anyone apart from people who follow Abhidhamma. So the difference between Abhidhamma Pitaka and Sutta Pitaka is Abhidhamma is complicated, whereas Sutta is pretty easy. That's only 16. So you can understand the person in these 16 ways. That's it. Nothing more at all. So any person will be in a combination of these, which will be represented in the eyes and the face. Okay, the whole chitta is in this portion. Don't have to go anywhere. So basically, if you can understand, or rather what people call body language, means exactly what the chitta is doing, what chitta is arrived. Okay. So now, if there is an argument with someone, then the dosa chitta starts, because the condition in the ayatana is dukkha. The chitta should have dosa. If that condition is removed from the ayatana, then that doesn't have in the chitta. So the question comes, how does this happen? How does this magic happen? It's because of vinyana. What it is known to be. So supposing I meet someone and that someone is an irritant. He didn't put a sticker called irritant, or she didn't put a sticker called irritant, but either her voice or his voice, or the way the questions, or the way they approached, or whatever it is, or the way looked, the vinyana can make it up that this is what has come in the eye sense door, or the ear sense door, or the nose sense door. So that vinyana between chakuncha paticcha rupecha upajjati chakku vinyanam, that will then message that, hey, this is dukkha. Okay, because it knows. That's what Buddha says. What does vinyana know? Sukha, dukkha, adukkha, asukha. That's all it knows. It doesn't know anything beyond that. So when I seeing someone, there's nothing. There's no talking. There's nothing. It's neutral. So the ayatana does not feed in anything. No, it does. Phassa, pachaya, vedana is neutral feeling. Okay, and it waits. Now the person talks. I'm so and so. Neutral. So the chitta, what is appearing there is samoha. Because it doesn't see, there's no person there. It sees a person. So then the chitta, what appeared there on the screen is moha. Okay, that there's a person. Let's say I meet an American. There's no American in the person, but the ayatana shows that there is a person. So mana ayatana then feeds in that is an American. Right? No problem till here. It doesn't mean that mana ayatana shouldn't have recognized as American. Till here is fine. Now, if there is an observing the chitta can observe, and it can see there's no American. So it doesn't get affected, irrespective of there's an American or an Indian or an Australian or an New Zealander or whatever it is. But it doesn't happen that way. It doesn't have a proper insight that it should not be doing that way. So it waits for the ayatana to tell what it should be. Okay. Now, this ayatana would say, based upon what has been fed in the vinyana, that this person is a rich person. The rich word is sukha. So that gets fed into the ayatana. So the chakka ayatana is saying sukha. The sota ayatana is hearing sukha. Like that, each one is now enjoying the sukha that flows into the chitta as raga. So the moha is now replaced by raga. So the light which appeared then is raga chitta instead of moha. Now, the vinyana now adds these two things up. American equals rich equals sukha. So whenever I hear the word American henceforth or see an American, it means richness. Why? Because of mana, measurement. 1 Indian rupees doesn't fetch anything of dollars, but $1 fetches 96 Indian rupees now. That means you have to spend almost 100 rupees to gain $1, whereas a dollar has remained as a dollar forever. So hence it is rich. Whereas poor means you have to pay more to get the same thing. So let's say a product is $600. It was 600 rupees. Nothing. No fun. It's neutral. Whereas $600 into 600, into 100 makes it a huge number. That means an American pays $600, whereas an Indian has to spend 60,000 rupees. 660,000 is huge. So what's fed into the vinyana is this is rich, this is poor, this is good, this is bad. So then the ayatanas will start to show that is 100 rupees, a dollar. So which is not good, but you're losing money. Supposing if I was there in United States, I would have, if I was earning in dollars, I would have loved this because I can buy more things using the same dollar, which I was doing, say, a year ago, or 5 years ago, or even 10 years ago. Like when I was working, we used to always calculate a dollar to Indian rupees is 45. Now we are calculating at, I don't know how much. So if I was still head of an organization, I should have taken 100 as a, my American counterparts would have been most happy because they're still spending $1, but they're getting how many resources in return? more. Okay. So if I'm an American, the goods at my disposal remains the same, but the purchasing power just gets increased. Whereas this poor nation called India, that poor guy, good for nothing, have to spend more for the same product, which makes him pinched. And this is in vinyana. This whole thing is in vinyana. So what it feeds on the other side is saragam va chittam as an American, sadosam va chittam as an Indian, so moham va chittam because of the dollar and rupees. Okay. And somebody makes fun of him. Hey, you idiot. You couldn't go to the United States. You couldn't get a job. You couldn't get H1B, etc. So that becomes sankhitta. It gets even compressed. The chitta is now compressed. Not only it has raga, dvesha, moha, is showing, also showing sankhitta. Now the question comes, does it all show at once? No. When the raga is there, the dvesha and all other things are not there. When the dvesha is there, this is not there. So what should have happened in the ayatana then? The cows are grazing different things and giving different taste, and the vinyana is showing different flavors, and that is flowing onto the chitta. Okay. And this kind of watching the chitta is chitte, chitta anupassi viharati. Not the junk what we've been learning. And hence he uses two chittas. Chitte, chitta anupassi viharati. Atapi sampajano satima. Vinaya loke abhijja domanas. That makes sense. Because I'm watching the chitta, the light, colored by what? Now that is colored by, let's say, yellow, raga, red, dvesha, blue, moha, something like that. But not that it'll be colored like that. I'm just as an illustration. The light should have been white, the nothing. But when the American came into existence in the vinyana, the chakku vinyana showed he's an American. The sota vinyana said he's an American. The ghana vinyana smelt an American. The jivha vinyana said, "Ow," and he gives a Girardelli chocolate, and then, and he says, "I'm from San Francisco. It's even more better." And he says, "Why, Vilas, why don't you fly to SFO?" Oh, yes. At that time, raga has come. Okay, the moment I'm asked to fly to the land which gives me happiness. See, I'm in pursuit of happiness. The happiness is in America. And hence the movie also was made in pursuit of happiness. So if I'm an American, I am happy. Who says so? The dollar to rupee says so. What do you mean? What is there to say? If I was paying $1 45 rupees, if I'm paying for the same $1 100 rupees, you think I'm flourishing or I'm getting looted? That means the economy has gone pretty bad. That means my investment, whatever I have, or whatever money I have is hardly anything when compared to an American dollar. Right? If I divide it, and what do I get? I don't even get one third of what an American would earn, which makes me really feel unhappy. Let's say I will divide, to be really honest, how the chitta works. So we'll do the math. So convert 1 crore to USD. You know how much I'm going to get? 100,583.31 cents. That's it. That's all I can get. 100,000 US dollars? You mean to say my income saved in India is worth only 100,000 US dollars? Yes, that's all. That's all what it is. You know how bad are you now, looted? Whereas an American having $1 million, if he converts to Indian rupees, he will be the richest person in India. And there are many millionaires in America, which makes no sense for this lousy Indian to be here. Now, this lousy is a word, but it sticks to him. And that is taken by mana ayatana. Because mana indriya did not filter it. So it went into ayatana, and then chakka saw lousy. Sota heard lousy. Ghana nothing is there. Jivha nothing is there. Kaya felt the lousy feeling. Now you have dukkha vedana entering into your body. And mana is saying, hey, help me. In the meanwhile, I ask Ariu, get me a job in America. This is too much for me. I can't take this insult. Only $100,000? You mean to say that is my purchasing power? Shame. So now my sankhitta chitta will get into vikkhitta chitta. It's scattered everywhere. I don't know what to do. So I'm confused. So after this call, I can ask Bobby if he can get me a job in Brisbane, even as a sweeper is fine because today the rate is showing 67 as a, as to a Australian dollar. I will tell Bobby, don't worry, I will clean your toilet. Please get me a job. You will tell me anything, I will do gardening, washing, even washing you up, whatever you say. You know, I can wash your car, Marin's car. Even Ashley buys a car, I will wash her car, and whatever you say, do it, but give me in dollars. Because I'm in vikkhitta, is scattered. Why? Because the dukkha is unbearable in the ayatana. And the vinyana is constantly feeding, it's dukkha, it's dukkha, it's dukkha. So chitta anupassi viharati. You just see what's happening on the chitta, not your chitta, on the chitta, what it is colored. And I see it is sankhitta and vikkhitta. It is repeatedly going back to the dollars. Reverse. Then I find some YouTube videos where people are blaming the Indian government for the dollar, and they're comparing with Manmohan Singh when he was there. And then I feel, oh, UPA government was better and the BJP government is bad and blah, blah. All that happens. So my whole day is gone in sankhitta, vikkhitta, sankhitta, vikkhitta, chitta. So if anybody calls me, I'm going to cry on their shoulder. You know what has happened? No, Vilas, no, I don't know what has happened. You know what? My 1 crore Indian rupees is just 100,000 US dollars. Isn't it a shame? Yeah, Vilas, what to do? Yeah, you are not ashamed, but I am ashamed. But why? It's Sankhitta, constricted. You can't see that tomorrow the market can improve or may not improve. You have 1 crore, right? Enjoy 1 crore. No, no, no. I want NPV, net present value of the future investment. So he is going to calculate, cry a lot. And so, vikkhitta. So now, where does this ayatana fit into the chitta, which is feeding like this, is because of the vinyana. So the person role does not come all the time. But when condition matches, the person comes. Because the first occurrence is only eyes plus sight plus consciousness. Subsequently, the personal world starts to appear when he sees dollars symbol with rupee symbol. Now the fun starts. Now the designation has to be taken. As what? As an Indian, right? Good boy. So you're an Indian? Yes. So you have taken a collective and a national designation. So now, right now, you see everyone as Indian, which is actually unification. But no, on the dukkha side, it's not unified chitta. It is basically a chitta which has taken a designation as Indian. As an Indian, I feel insulted. Ah, as an Indian, wow. And what were you all these days? No, now I feel more Indian because you lost money. Yes, that's when you feel Indian. Otherwise, you'll not. Right. So now the chitta has become, meaning this Indian feeling, Vedana, with the vinyana, which showing that it's dukkha, flows into the chitta, which make it sa dosa. So what does he do? In the chitta, the hatredness is for an Indian. And suddenly I get a call from one of my friend in America saying that you had put on your resume 6 years ago, Vilas, are you still interested in coming to America? America, that symbol instantaneously is relayed by the ayatanas. Hey, 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 hold on, hold on, hold on. You are no longer an Indian, it's an American. Got it? Yes. So what flows into the chitta is saraga. And the dvesha is gone. And then I'm going to call Harry. Hey, Harry, you know what happened? my Dhamma progress has been so good, that so much. Oh, what happened, Vilas? Did you get some other insights? I say that no, I got one. My friend called up from America. He is asking me to come to Santa Clara. What? You're going to take a job in Santa Clara? Yes. I didn't expect this from you, Vilas. And now you can expect. Because I was not happy as an Indian. Now I'm an Indian working in America. But Vilas, what's the job? I don't know the job. I want to be in America. Okay, but is it a contract job? Yes, it's 2 year contract. After that, we'll see that later. But now I'm happy to be in America. But how much will they pay you? That I didn't ask them. Okay, if you get into trouble, come to my home. Yeah, that anyway I've considered. Okay, but this will be my fate. The fate came into existence because of the dukkha not being there, because of the word America. Indian is a dukkha. It's 100% a dukkha to be an Indian, which Bobby cannot understand because he's on the other side of India, where he is having enjoyable time. I hate the life of Bobby. He pays 50 cents and enjoys the entire Queensland. While in 50 cent, I don't even get a water bottle. So, and he gives me big lectures, we should have a lot of trees and nice roads and air quality index should be so and so. He doesn't understand the pain I'm going through. He is putting salt over the injury. But one day I will show to him that I have grown beyond various grown. But till that day happens, I have to pacify this Mallu, otherwise he will not give me anything. So basically, that's what I need to do because of the dukkha appearing here, the dosa appearing there, which I can't see. So now if I start seeing how this is working, what comes there comes here. Can I stop it? Yes, I can. How do you stop it? By observing it. So who observes? Chitta. And hence, chitta is doing anupassana of itself. Chitte, chitta anupassati through atapi sampajano satima and sati. Vinaya loke, it cuts off the loka. So the dollar and rupee is in loka. Vinaya loke, discipline the loka, cut off the six senses from its food. Abhijja and domanasa is gone. So what happened to the chitta? Mahaggata. Just became something different. It went into development, expanded. Why? The dollar and rupee went away. So what's there to be contracted? It's just a fake thing. Now, do you want to be an American? There's nothing as an American. Do you want to be an Indian? No. Wow. Mahaggata. So the chitta now is Mahaggata. Earlier it was raga, then dvesha, then moha, then sankhitta, then vikkhitta. This Mahaggata. Suddenly my friend says, Pilas, we have another job in Google. Would you be interested? Why did Aryu not tell me a job offer in Google? I don't know. And then I remember he has quit the job and he's waste guy anyway. So now I'm getting a job in Google. Great. 3 years contract. What do you think? Yes, I'll take that. Ah, mahaggata. Why? Again, you're back into the square. The chitta is back because of the ayatanas. They are not yet properly tuned. If there were patisamutpada of anicca, dukkha, anatta on these ayatana, it wouldn't have acted this way. But then that discernment is not there, or the indriya samvara should have taken care of it. Since both the police and the thief are the same, the chitta is getting disturbed. Chitta mahaggata, unexpanded. Now he sees what he sees. That means he sees, wait a second, I was employee here, I'll be called as an employee there. It's the same. But why should I be an employee? I'm not an owner anyway. And why should we be owner? It's just a title. Ah, got it. So I got into Sauttara. That's the highest, peaked, surpassed the loka completely. So there's no manyana, no hypostasizing. So I don't no longer feel like an employee. And I feel no longer like an Indian or an American or whatever that is. So much, much, much better ground for me as an experience. So the chitta, which has appeared as surpassed, Sauttara, but suddenly that drops off and anuttara, unsurpassed. I couldn't surpass that experience, beyond that experience. Yeah. Then the chitta which comes is samahita, collected, collects everything, becomes even, equanimous, doesn't lose. The best is surpass, Sauttara, and this one. Samahita. Asamahita is again uncollected, slowly giving away. So you're able to see, started with raga, then turned dvesha, then turned moha, then it turned this, then it turned that, then turned this, then turned that. So none of these chitta are yours then, because it's changing. Each chitta comes based upon what is shown in the ayatana. So what if I were to let go of the ayatana completely? Salayatana, pachaya, phassa, phassa pachaya, vedana, vedana pachaya, tanha, upadana. Here is the thing. I remove the phassa, remove the plug, vimukta chitta. It left entire baggage. Excellent. So then, that chitta will play the song Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa, because the chitta is in vimukta. It's liberated. Of what? Of what it was holding. So what was it holding? American or Indian or vilas, or this, or that, or whatever it was holding, just gave up. So it's vimukta. That's it. And again, if it holds, avimukta. Now the question comes, how far can it hold and how far it can't hold? We don't know. So that's the reason it's just anupassana. Because you have to remove the dirt here for the chitta to become pure here. You can't jump into the pool of the chitta to make it pure. You have to remove the conditions which is polluting it, and hence it becomes visuddhi. So what are these pollutants? Raga, dvesha, moha. Simple. So where is nibbana? When you remove raga, dvesha, moha. In the chitta, there's nothing to be there. So it is nibbana because there's no conditions now. So where do you see unconditioned? In the chitta. And where do you see condition? Again in the chitta. So where should you clean then? In the chitta. And through what? Ayatanas. That's the place. The field, the experience and the experiencer both are fake. The experiencer is the cows and the experience is the grazing. Remove both of them and the chitta is pure. Pabhasaram idam chittam. Okay. Is there in Anguttara Nikaya 1 dot or whole suttas, small suttas are there on that. Can go through it if you wish to. He says also process of cleaning in single liner suttas. But this is what is a chitta anupassana is, not the junk chitta anupassana what we have learned so far, which is no chitta anupassana at all. It has no chitta anupassana there. Because you're not doing anupassana. It's not vipassana, it's anupassana. And hence, Buddha talks same thing twice. Kaya anupassana. Vedanasu vedananupassana. Chitte chittanupassana. Dhamme dhammanupassana. So it's two of them, not single. Why it is junk? Because if you take one and leave the other, it's junk. And we have taken always one. And we have not seen 16 chittas. You have to see all the 16 chittas appearing and going away in a given day based upon the situation which presents itself, how the ayatanas will graze it, how the vinyana will condition it, and that get presented in the chitta. So wife chitta is not there. Wife vinyana is there. No wife chitta. Husband vinyana is there, but not husband chitta. In the chitta, there is only raga, dvesha, moha, or viraga, vidot, vita dosa, vita moha, or sankhitta, vikkhitta, like that. But you never find a husband chitta. No, it's only chitta. Whereas in the vinyana, it can recognize as this is the husband, this is the wife, and feed that into the ayatanas. Chakuncha paticcha, rupee chopajati, chakku vinyanam. In the chakku vinyana comes the experiencer, the husband, or an employee, or this or that. So that becomes phassa, contact, and phassa paccaya vedana. So the moment I am an employee in Google, I have sukha vedana instantaneously generated by the ayatanas because of the chitta. And in the chitta, it becomes raga, colored by raga. Because I'm in Google. because giving me sukha. So wherever it gives me sukha, the chitta raga has to flow. And wherever it produces dukkha, the dvesha has to flow. And wherever it doesn't produce anything, the moha has to flow. And wherever something wrong happens, disturbance happens, sankhitta or vikkhitta has to flow. And wherever development happens, the mahaggata or mahaggata should flow, or sauttara, anuttara has to flow. Whenever the collectedness of the mind or the chitta happens, samahita, asamahita has to flow. And lastly, whenever there is a release from that particular thing, vimukta, avimukta has to flow. Okay. And the conditionality is avijja, pachaya, sankhara. The sankhara, what I'm doing here is to move this ayatanas in a better way. Meaning, rupa ayatana, saddha ayatana, gandha ayatana, rasa ayatana, pottabha ayatana, dhamma ayatana. I want it as per me. Like I want to be an American. So the chakka ayatana should see rupa ayatana as an American flag. And then the sukha will flow. What I would do in September, when I'm there in America, I will ask Avanti or even Ariu or anyone to get me an American flag where I can keep it in a pen stand, like a pen stand. Like normally you get the two flags, and it keeps on giving me that sukha. So why do we buy souvenir in a shop? Because you want to have the sukha back. So what they do, they make a miniature of it, whatever you've seen. So Golden Gate Bridge has a miniature Golden Gate Bridge. It will keep on giving you that sukha back and back and saying that, oh, Vilas, you remember even Golden Gate? Yeah. Vilas, you remember even Golden Gate? Yeah. Okay. Now, as long as I'm in Golden Gate, that's good. What do? You bring a miniature Golden Gate. And how do you make a shunyagara? Bring a miniature shunyagara at your house. It gives you the sukha. In VRI, I went into shunyagara. So what should I do? I don't know. So I'll create one shunyagara in my house. Why? It gives me the same experience. Come on, Vilas. What are you talking? Yes, that's what Aitana will do. The Chakkaitana will experience Shunyagara. Sotaitana will experience Shunyagara. Dhanaitana will experience all of that. So you would have a miniature experience. If can't go to the VRI center, at least have a Shunyagara at home. But that idiot Vilas doesn't understand. Every room here is a Shunyagara. There's nothing there. Idiot, a room is an empty space. So if you go and sit in the toilet, what better Shunyagara do you get? In fact, I remember my good old friend Ariu sitting most of the time in toilet when we used to talk. He was having much of the Shunyagara experience. By anybody experienced, I don't think so anybody has experienced so much Shunyagara than Ariu. It was actually Shunyagara. He and the commode, that's all what he had. And a laptop. What an experience of Shunyagara. So maybe this time I will buy a small Shunyagara and bring it here. If I happen to go to Burma. Because only in Burma you will find Shunyagara, nowhere else. Because that gives you sukha. Then I go to Mahabodhi. I buy one small Bodhi thing and bring it here. miniature Bodhi tree and one Buddha person sitting there, and I'll keep it in front of me. And that is happening in the chitta. No, that poor chitta doesn't know what is happening. It's the ayatana which is doing all of this. So you should know the chakra, 6 of 6. This is the thing which rips you off, rips the chitta. This is where the problem is. If you understand the ayatanas, that is extension, where it is grazing on the wrong field. So you're getting wrong grass. Basically, it is eating wrong grass, and then it's getting a different taste. All are not right. So when I go and buy the souvenir of Golden Gate, it's just an item. Then there is no raga, no dvesha, no moha in that chitta. And hence it is unconditioned. Raga kayo, dosa kayo, moha kayo, nibbana. Where it is experienced, it can't be experienced anywhere else except for chitta. Any questions? I think I'm done with this. This Bobby had asked one question some time ago, and I purposely did not do it. He was in the retreat. Yes, Bobby, you can talk and ask me.
Yeah, I was remembering that because you're talking about chitta. In this 16 chittas, if you categorize as wholesome and unwholesome, I think some of the pairs, the first 3 are wholesome and unwholesome, right? And then the next one you said, it is both looks like it is unwholesome side.
No, it is disturbed. It's not unwholesome. See, the Abhidhamma way of categorizing, I'm not doing it at all. I'm going by what Buddha said.
I don't know much about Abhidhamma, and I'm just thinking myself and thinking.
No, it is not. It's not unwholesome. The moment you say unwholesome, it means akusala. It's got nothing to do with akusala.
Yeah, no, I was using that word, but what I was trying to say is that it is so. For example, when there is no raga, looks like a peaceful mind,
No, it is devoid of raga, that's all. It is not peaceful mind. There's nothing called peaceful mind. It is, see, the difference between the way we understand the way it is if you don't have raga, you don't have raga, that's all. There's nothing.
So when you have dosha, then also you can say that there is no raga, right?
Only one chitta will survive at any point in time. So if you have dosa, then you can't have raga, moha, any one of that. Because if you understood Vedana correctly, when sukha Vedana is there, dukkha and adukkha sukha will not be there. If dukkha is there, you will not have the other two. If you have adukkha sukha, you don't have the other two. That you should be very clear in experiencing it. If you don't have that clarity in the chakku, sota, gana, jivha, kaya, mano, then you are going to get totally confused. So if I am in sukha vedana, or now, as an American, I just got my H1B this morning, let's say, and that whole day I'm in joy. Why? Because of the saragam vachittam here, sukha there. The Vedana is driven by the vinyana, which is showing it's a sukha, it's a sukha, it's a sukha. So I call 100 people whether they are interested or disinterested. Hey, you know what happened to me? Yeah, Vilas, you're so excited. Tell me. I got H1B. Okay, fine. Good luck, Vilas. Yes. When are you leaving to US? Another 6 weeks. 6 weeks. Oh, okay. Still long time. No. I just can't wait being in America. Which place in America? Santa Clara. Oh, Santa Clara. It's okay. When you go there, you'll let me know. I have some cousins and uncles and. But what about your accommodation? I don't know. But at present, I'm pretty excited. I again call another friend. Hey, how are you doing? All good. Yes, Vilas. Suddenly you called me. Yeah, I got my H1B. Okay. So, what do you mean so? Now, slowly, the sukha vedana is turning into dukkha vedana because I wanted my friend to be as excited as me. But I don't want to lose this happiness. So, what I would do, I will say, okay, fine, no problem. I'll call you later. I think you're busy. Boom. The third call, the 10th call, the 20th call. I don't know what to do. I'm roaming around Bangalore like crazy. I'm just driving here, there, because I'm going to America. And I got H1B. But for another person, why is he acting like this? Because the raga is making him act like that. The chitta, so he can see it on his face, the entire chitta is playing around because of the vedana, what he has got through the vinyana. That's what is feeding. It's just feeding. It's feeding and feeding and feeding. Okay. The reality only comes after 6 weeks when he goes to Santa Clara and they give him an apartment, a lousy apartment. 4 people in that room. And then the reality strikes. It's too late. Then he has to find an accommodation. And then he has to pull his family. He has to apply for H4 visa. Then all this will start. Then they move to America. Then the schooling. Then this, then that, by which time the sukha is completely evaporated. Only on that day of H1B he was happy because that was feeding. So, Bobby, if you see this Sukha Vedana, he's having that Vedana. That's all. It's a feeling. And the feeling tone is making raga here, not because the raga is independent of the feeling. Because there is feeling of Sukha, there is raga to get more and more. So if I step back into Anupassana, kaya anupassi viharati, I can see through the breath what is happening. I find, this is fake. If H1B gives me happiness, then it is conditioned happiness. Then I find there is no raga there on the chitta. The moment this is removed, that is gone. So the chitta is now neutral. Meaning neutral means no raga there. So don't call it as a neutral chitta. It's a no raga. It's just plain without raga.
Yeah, so Vilashi, my question is, I understand that what you're saying. When there is no raga, it can be said that, when the other type of, any of the other type of chitta is there, or is it only in the vimuttam chitta? Because when there is no raga, for example, when there is dvasha, there is no raga. No, that is what you're saying. There is no raga. But then when there is liberation, like vimuttam, there is obviously there is no raga, right?
No, that chitta is vimukta chitta. It has got nothing to do with raga.
Yeah, but then how you define there is no raga? Because other things any of the other defilements.
No. That's the reason you go back to the sutta where Buddha explains this phenomena as when this exists, this doesn't exist. Only when this exists, this exists. You should exactly match it and see it. In many suttas he explains. MN 77 also he explains. 74 or 77, with either one of the two, he explains, saying that can you find when this is there, this is also there. And also there in Nidana Sutta, DN 15, then it is there in which sutta? There are many suttas which talks about this, about Vedana. When this exists, this doesn't exist. When this exists, this doesn't exist. You should really master that. If you don't master ayatana and you come to chitta, it's like somebody getting 100 slaps at once. Because you can't play with chitta, understand chitta without knowing the ayatana. So you have to be master of ayatana, how this whole thing is working, how this grazing is happening through vinyana. And then only you can understand what comes on the chitta and what doesn't come on the chitta. Otherwise, it becomes a very difficult thing. So if there is no raga, Bobby, then there is nothing called as sukha at that point in time of that item, like H1B is not creating any happiness because I've understood it's a conditioned happiness. So this vitaraga will come. The chitta name is vitaraga, that's all. And hence it is structured that way. It's a pair. Either you get raga or vitaraga. Dosa, vita dosa. Moha, vita moha. If one... Yes.
So what I understood is depending on one reason, like here it is H1B visa, when you are reflecting that raga will go and there is no...
There's nothing at that point because you have dropped it. I mean, I have dropped H1B. So the happiness which was coming, it stops. That means the grazing is not there. So the mana ayatana is not grazing on H1B by calling people, hey, I got H1B, I got H1B, I got H1B, like that.
So Viraji, when you have done that anupasana, like, so then is it, then when it is gone, is it wisdom is there or is
yes,
it...
wisdom is there. That's the reason it is part of chitta anupasana. It's about wisdom. Based upon the feeling, that's the reason Buddha covers all kind of feeling in the Vedana Anupassana. And that's why the reason I told you last time also, is samisa, niramisa, everything is there in that. So if you miss it, for whatever reason, you just take body sensation and leave the rest, you have left the entire chittanupassana like an open wound. You have no idea what is happening.
Yeah.
So,
I remember that.
Yeah. So to do that, you have to apply the Dhamma, which is in Dhammanupassana. And hence it's only teaching in Dhammanupassana. It's not Dhamma as objects or something, or phenomena. It's nothing to do with phenomena at all. The entire Dhammanupassana talks about, if you have seen it, it talks about the hindrances, and it talks about ayatanas, it talks about everything that you should know, including 7 Bojjhanga factor and the 4 noble truths.
Oh, okay, Raji, thank you very much. And my original question was not that, I was asking you about, since you're talking about Chitta Anupasana, can you relate that to the 6th jhana, it is that...
Vinyana, right. Okay, now I wanted to do that, but are you clear on this Chitta?
Yeah. I was investigating about this more and more, but I understand what you're saying, but I'll meditate on.
So, Buddha Dhamma means Chitta Bhavana. If you've seen it, he has put in many places. My Dhamma is on Chitta, right? It's not on Kaya. The Jain philosophy is on Kaya, not on Chitta. The Buddha philosophy is on Chitta, not on Kaya. That distinction, we should have complete clarity.
Yeah, I think I have a good clarity about that. Since you told many times, I was understanding.
Now, assuming I have clarity, then what happens to the ayatana? We're not talking about chitta any longer. We're talking about ayatana. It's vinyanancha ayatana. It's as opposed to vinyanancha chitta. Got the point? It's not chitta. Now, Your ayatana starts from everywhere. So even if you go to rupa jhanas, it is ayatana only which is experiencing the rupa jhana because it's part of Vedana. So till the eighth jhana, it is only about Vedana, nothing else. Only in the ninth sanya vedita nirodha, there's nothing to experience. So the vinyana is suspended. Now vinyana is cognizing, knowing. That means if I use little bit of neuroscience for clarity, is that when the neurons fire a particular area, that thing lights up, like the prefrontal cortex, for example, lights up and it suppresses amygdala's reaction. Amygdala has the basic instincts and the other things are in the prefrontal cortex. So the default mode network operates on everything, but more to do with the reasoning ability, etc., the with the prefrontal cortex as well. So when a neuron is firing, it creates a synapse, meaning connects the point. And when it connects the points, connects the places, there is an experience happening in the neurotransmitter. Through the neurotransmitter, you get certain chemicals, and that chemical gives a particular kind of feel. And that field at which this feeling is happening, if it so happens that it touches the conscious layer itself, where there is no individual, it becomes an universal experience. It's just like no person being there, because you're already in infinite space, you are having infinite conscious experience in the neurons. That means it bypasses a portion of default mode network where the self-referencing is removed. And what happens? The ayatanas no longer constrict itself to an individual. So what should happen in the chitta? Mahaggata chitta is seen. So that's what would happen. Whenever there is losing of I in that vinyana is everything. So right, it's vinyana chayatana, infinite consciousness. You just are cognizing everything. All eyes, all ears, all nose, all tongue, all body, and all mind is you. No difference in anything at all.
So all sense organs, like you can hear the sound and everything at that time.
There is no differentiation, and not that you can hear a different sound or like that. There is no sense of an individuality at all. Bobby, you should really experience it to say that what it is to lose as an individual. Now you're being as an individual, you're divided. You're saying that I am Bobby. What if for that moment is just conscious experience and no Bobby found?
The Buddha says that in the Salaya Buddhana Vipunga Sutta, right? It is equanimity based on unity.
Yes, yeah. Unity. Yes, yes. So this state of existence is most profound, because the ayatanas don't represent an individual any longer. They have moved away from the kama. They have moved away from the rupa. They are now in the arupa existence. So that means they have surpassed.
Individual, like, the sense organs, that type of feeling is not there.
No.
Like it is not sound or everything together.
It's merged. So there's nothing like it's a bird sound and this is a bus sound or that is sound or this sound. There is just a sound where you feel, wow, okay, I got it.
Is it not only applicable to sound? It is like your
everything, every experience is you. Whatever that you is everything. That's it. So, as to cite an example, Bobby, supposing you get vinyana and ayatana right now, and when you see Merin, you don't experience Merin, you experience Bobby. And you see Ashley, it's Bobby. If you see Annabelle, it's Bobby. If you see Sajal, you have Bobby. If you see Janak, it's Bobby. If you see Shaniel, it's Bobby. If you see whomever you see on the road, it's all Bobby floating everywhere. And this is there in science. If it is there in quantum mechanics, when it seems everything is one and the same, spooky at a distance. Literally, you get spooked up when you see, oh my God, what am I seeing? Where is everyone? There's no anyone there, it's you. And hence it expands and expands and expands and expands. And anywhere you see, it's you. You, only you. Not Merin. You will never see Merin in your life till that experience goes away. Because the ayatanas are experiencing infinite consciousness. That's the reason Buddha calls it as unity, not diversity. The six senses are diverse. This is based upon unity. You should experience it, and then only you'll see what happens to the chitta. It's mahaggata and sauttara. It's so different. You will be thinking, how on earth was I then calling it as Merin or whatever it is? Am I not stupid? Or have I gone mad? I don't know. I'm not seeing anyone. In the car, Bobby, you're driving and you see only Bobbies everywhere on the road.
That mind doesn't have any defilements, right? Like
yeah.
It is really.
If you go and meet Dhamma Siha, you're seeing that is Bobby sitting there. And that's exactly what Upali did to Pasindi when Buddha sent
for lunch.
He is a mango trees, full of mango trees. Only Upali is sitting.
But that is psychic power, right?
What is psychic? It is mental only. What is psyche means mind. And what are we talking? It is talking the same thing. It's what you call as a mind is chitta. And where that chitta will find footing, it's in the vinyana. And the vinyana is in ananta, infinite, not finite. Finite is Bobby sitting here and Aryu sitting there. It's finite. So my experience is restricted to this body and eyes and ears and nose of whatever I'm calling as Bobby and whatever calling as Aryu. Because I'm constricted. The chitta is constricted only to see this much, and that's it. That's all the reality is showing. But when the vinyana becomes...
So we can say that mahaggatam chitta and this vinyana antana is similar.
Yeah. So it will increase, will just start increase and increase and increase, and you should see it. Like that's the reason why I told you that example is if you go and meet that Sri Lankan monk, you'll be shocked. You'll be Bobby sitting in that robe.
Yeah, I don't have that experience, but I.
You should. Let's say if you, even for a moment, you'll freak out. Because you don't see anyone except for Bobby going everywhere. So Bobby himself is now that Sri Lankan monk. Bobby himself is Marin. Bobby himself is Ashley. Bobby himself is Annabelle. Like that. It was shocking, actually. And
Yeah,
then,
by just imagining itself, it looks very nice.
yeah. And you should get that. The moment you get it, it's tremors in your body.
That I feeling is gone. That way.
That's the reason it is on the unity. Ekatta.
All those Aruba things are in unity, right?
Yes. Yeah. All of them are in unity only. Without unity, you can't get it. If you are in diverse six senses, is never. That means ayatanas. No, the ayatana should come together, and then the infinite space is experienced.
But till fourth jhana, it is diverse.
Yes, no, till fourth jhana, it is separated out. But after the fourth jhana, it's in unity, not in diversity.
Okay, thank you, Vilas.
No worries. Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, I have a small question and a few questions about understanding. The small question is this anuttara, usually in this recollection of Buddha and Sangha, all that, it's highest. But here you explain not as good as Sauttara.
Not surpassable. You can even ask ChatGPT why it is. It'll give you a brilliant answer. Take it.
So it's in a different context. It's anuttara. You stumbled.
Anuttaram punyakhittam lokasa iti. That is one thing as surpassed. In this chitta, there's nothing higher than this is sa uttara. There's no higher than this, whereas it has come lower to that, and hence it is anuttara.
Okay.
For more guidance on this, refer to ChatGPT.
Okay, thank you. Okay. And one question about understanding is that let's say I'm looking at America and I'm getting a sukha vedana. That means the moment I'm getting sukha vedana, this raga in the chitta is already flowing, right?
Yes.
Okay. And this sukha vedana will generate more raga, which flows back to the chitta. Is that right?
Yes.
So if I ask the question, which is the chitta raga flowing first, or the sukha vedana is first?
First is always the ayatanas. Please don't mistake yourself with the first basis, the starting point is ayatana. Don't forget Chakka Sutta, MN 148. If you by chance miss it, misunderstand, misrepresent, you're literally hitting a big iron ball on your feet, and that's it. The first thing is you should know Cha Ajata Ayatanas, Cha Bahira Ayatana. Then how the phassa happened, and all of that, and then he'll talk about vinyana. Even though the definition keep on saying is that chakuncha paticca rupecha pujati chakku vinyanam tinna sangati phasso. You should understand the underlying things in the chakra. It's step by step, right? And when the vinyana is coming based upon the type what is there in that ayatana. And hence in the Mahatanha Sankhya Sutta, he blasted out Sati because he's talking about this established consciousness, which is the ayatana. He did not ask him about the unestablished consciousness. Buddha would have been more than happy with Sati if he had asked that question. There is Anidassana Vinyana. What is that? That he would have been more than happy to explain. But this idiot asked him about the six established consciousness, saying that that's the one which will go to the next birth. He said, who on earth told you this? You were saying, I only taught you. Bugger, what are you talking? Because that's an ayatana. Ayatanas only give you a fake experience, because whatever has been fed in the vinyana is there in the ayatana. That's it. So the sukha vedana transforms in a chitta as raga. That's all. There's no equivalent thing of sukha in the chitta. The chitta lights up with raga because that's what the sukha will do. If there is dvesha, it's not that the chitta is having dvesha sitting there. No, the ayatanas are having dukkha, so it has to remove it. So there is dvesha. So that's the reason I gave this H1B example. In the ayatana, I am having H1B, and that sukha is giving me raga. Clear? It's you have to go through this pretty slowly. MN 148. Slowly. You have to understand. This is what the ayatana is. This is internal. This is external. What is external is an ayatana. It's a field of experience. The rupa is a field of experience. It doesn't have life on its own. The vinyana makes these two merge as though they are together. So the wife or husband is a designation on the ayatana. But when I'm said as an husband, I have a role to play of an husband. I means the mana ayatana. So there is a sukha of being a husband or a dukkha of being a husband, like that. So the raga or dvesha appears there in the chitta. So when I see the wife, the external ayatana, I am attached to the wife, and the wife is giving me dukkha. So that corresponds to dvesha in chitta.
So it's instant.
Or instead of this wife and husband, I was director of engineering in my previous company, and Google gives me apprentice kind of job, but US working. Just a title called software engineer, but actually I'm not doing really software engineering thing. I'm just doing some documentation. Okay, so the Google gives me sukha, right? Google, that symbol. But the job title gives me what? Dukkha. So I get dvesha. Being in Google, and now I am having dvesha. The chitta is in dvesha. So I'm getting highly irritated by the work because I was a director. I've started. So how many years it will take for me to reach a senior position? Maybe not. Moha chitta is the neutral feeling sometimes when I get, and that removes both the raga and dvesha and puts the chitta is moha. So you require sati. That's the reason it's part of sati patthana. The chitta anupassana requires sati. It's a huge sati thing. Not a simple thing. So first we need to understand ayatana, then the chitta.
Thank you for explaining.
Go ahead.
Yes. Last small question. So I think me and Bobby were talking about this some time ago before, and in this Salayatana Vibhanga Sutta, Buddha was saying if someone gets the Dhamma, he got pleasant, he got happy. And also, some time ago, we talked about if someone doesn't get it, he got irritated. So does that mean the raga and dosa is flowing in his chitta?
Who's Chitta?
No,
Buddha's Chitta.
Buddha.
He didn't get irritated. He was equanimous.
And not in Salayatana Vibhanga Sutta, but some other place he used vikkhitta or something. Because this person did not.
Vihesa. You see, the thing is that anybody's chitta, including Buddha, can get into vihesa. The irritation will come. But he can recognize this is an irritation. Irritation is caused by someone, some ayatana, external ayatana is giving you that irritation, and that irritation comes as vihesa. At that point in time, there's frustration. Like in the Bahya, he says, because Bahya did not give me vihesa.
But actually, normally it is translated as trouble, right?
Yeah,
It didn't give me trouble.
Yeah. Trouble is, what trouble means you're disturbed, right? In some way you're disturbed.
So he says some people gives him trouble.
Yeah, there are many people. He has put that. This person troubles me a lot, Ananda, with his questions.
Okay,
Why
so
that? He dismantled the entire community, right? Entire sangha. You have that sutta.
Sariputta.
What's that?
That's Sariputta and Mangalana.
Sariputta Mangalana. Yeah, he dismantles the whole sangha, saying, "Get lost from here." You're doing like fish market.
Market.
Get out. Why he should do that? That means Buddha can get irritated. Yeah, why not? Look at the sati, how he jumps on him. That poor guy, his shoulders drooped out, face downcasted. And he keeps on showing finger to Sati, asking other monks, do you see how Sati has fallen down? Do you see? What do you think, monks? Is Sati not wrong? Yes, Bhante. If I ask you this, is consciousness dependent on the rupa and chakku? Do you say no to it? Say yes to it. Yes, Bhante. Yes, Bhante. Yes, Bhante. That means that poor guy, you're making him feel so worked up. He's saying, sorry, I didn't know. No. He could have, with love, he could have spoken, oh, Sati, I see, you got it like this. Aha. Just like Sri Ravi Shankar, he could have spoken, yes, Sati. Aha, I see. Oh, you got it like this. Ah, I didn't know that. Sati, there are 6 consciousness. There is not one consciousness. When one consciousness comes, the other 5 don't come, Sati. You don't understand this. See, Ravi Shankar is far better than Buddha in that. Have you seen Ravi Shankar getting upset at anyone? He keeps on smiling. Yes, very.
Okay. Yeah. So I understand about this one. But when he says someone gets the Dhamma, he gets this attamano. I guess it's also not raga. It's a happiness that's not based on raga.
Yes. Another example I could give is Sadguru. If Sati would have been his disciple, he would have. How many consciousness? There are 6 consciousness. You could have taken some cue from all of these people. Maybe their chittas are better than Buddha's chitta.
Thanks for explaining.
So don't take it wrong that even that in that case where there are many monks, many arhats who used to be very upsetting. They didn't mean anything, but if they get caught, then that person is severely punished. There's so many suttas like that. So what would happen? And vihesa, troubled. Yes.
Even actually, like, that Ari was asking the same sutta, but in the translation, he was using that ataman that word, right? But in the same sutta, what that English translation is not unhappy. He doesn't feel unhappiness, and he remains unfestering and mindful and aware. So
Yeah, vikkhitta from other sutta. I'm just
not that same sutta. Vihesa he's used it.
Yeah, because I know he is referring other.
But in the Sarayatana Vibhanga Sutta, he talks about the teacher, right? How he will maintain. So Bobby, yes.
Yeah. So what I understood is that he never feels unhappiness. Or
in the chitta, there is nothing which is happening. In the ayatana, he will showcase it. That's exactly what he's trying to tell you that.
It is like a pretending.
You should. If somebody is making noise, you should, hey, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean that in my chitta, sadosamba chittam has appeared and I'm, oh my goodness. No. Like what Goenkaji explains about Ubakin shouting at his friend and that. There's nothing inside.
It's a kind of acting.
When you know it's just an acting, the ayatanas can be used for that purpose. It's meant for acting. Actually, it was meant for acting. These ayatanas are for acting only. They're not supposed to be real. There is no wife in that ayatana. You just given a title and you can experience a wife. Absolutely, you can experience. Who says you can't experience? I can act like an employee and go to a company and work and do all that and come back. Once I swipe out, I'm no longer an employee. Like when I used to go to ABB, then the moment I swipe out, that's it. No symbol ABB will be there until I come back home. And if I open the laptop of ABB, then ding dong, okay, now come back to ABB. Close the laptop, ABB gone.
Yeah. I think that the same in that like the other day you were teaching that snake, it is an empty village, right?
Yeah, empty village, correct. Asi Visopama Sutta. There's no one there, Bobby. There's absolutely no one there. So you just go, loot, and come back. Like ABB is not there. I just go there, loot whatever I want, and come back. Just do what you're asked to do. Lata will say, will ask you to do this. Okay, do it. You act. No, what's the problem? You're acting as a consultant. Please do that. Why should I take it too seriously? So I'll go, I'll work, I'll finish the job, and I'll say, okay, thank you, and come back. Swipe out, gone, out. That thing also shouldn't come out. Even if that card is coming out, and then I shouldn't be thinking, I am in ABB. Unless somebody in the train, in the metro asks me, hey, are you also working for ABB? Yes, I say, yes, I'm working for. See, how do we put the English? I am working for ABB. I don't say I am ABB, right? I'm working for ABB. Okay, so then he says, which floor are you in? I'm a sixth floor. Which floor are you in? Fourth floor. Oh, good. Okay, you are in the lab. Yes, in the lab. Oh, etc., etc. Oh, done. Then he gets down at MG Road station. I say, bye, over. That's it. No further mental running of, oh, I met him and this and that and all that shouldn't come. That's it, over. That is the ayatana. If it starts to proliferate, it comes into the chitta by making it raga, dvesha, moha and all of that.
That's the problem.
That's the problem. So now I met you in November, December, and Jan, and now we are in May, June, and we can keep on reflecting. Bobby, when we met, you remember, and you say, yes, Vilasji, and then what do you get out of it? Nothing. So that's ayatana. The more we are on ayatana, we get raga. So now I can't wait till you come in July. Next month you're coming here. I just can't wait. I'm waiting for you and Merin to be here. Let the world go to hell. I want you both of to be landing here. Let's say, Bobby, you both don't come. I will be so upset. Not the day you land in Bangalore, you should come to my home first. And you say, no, Vilasji, we have some friends and we had to go to St. John's Hospital. We have a lot of friends there. First, we want to finish that, if you don't mind. I say, okay. But inside is the tornado. These people have given me hand. That's the reason, Mallus, you shouldn't believe them. And that will happen. Why? Because that's what the ayatana is doing, but it's flowing into the chitta. The chitta vishuddhi is not happening. It is getting polluted. Instead, it's ayatana. Bobby is 6 ayatanas. Marin is 6 ayatanas. So if you say, yeah, we will come on so and so date, okay, fine. Vilasji, this time we couldn't come. Sorry. Next time we'll definitely make it up. Okay, done. That's it. Nothing more than that. You want to come here and stay for all the whatever days, feel free. You don't want to come, feel free. We'll come for these many days, feel free. Then there is nothing happening in the chitta. Neither the raga is there, nor dvesha is there, nor moha is there, nor sankhitta is there, nor vikkhitta is there. It is actually mahaggata as I speak. Then sauttara and vimukta. I am vimukta out of both Bobby and Merin. Like that.
So the last 3 are mainly kind of going into that.
Yes.
Liberation.
So if vimukta is there, no other chittas can be there. If this chitta is there, then the other chittas will not be there, like that. Oh, 10:05.
Thank you.
Okay, all right. Should we end then? Think it's a lot of talking on day 1 of this becoming okay. Okay, all right. Good night and good day and good afternoon. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you, Vilas.
Thank you. Bye.